What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my pizza channel. It's a pizza guy John, and today's video I'm coming at you with a pizza that's been getting a lot of popularity right now, and I think it all has to do with the Netflix series Chef's Table, specifically the pizza edition. So if you see the title above, I'm making the Chris Bianco Rosa pizza. Chris Bianco's been around for so long. He's an OG in the pizza industry. A lot of people look up to him. I personally have known his stuff for a while now, and I do use his tomatoes, the Bianco di Napoli tomatoes, which I think is my personal favorite. And again, he has a couple locations, I believe mostly in Phoenix, but if you definitely get your chance to go, definitely do so. I definitely want to make my trip up there and try out his pizza. But also check out the Netflix series. Again, he is on the first season, and it's awesome. Goes over everything, about his life, how he started, and it's just honestly just really well put together. So with that being said, I'm going to be making his pizza, the Rosa. Pretty simple pizza. Some toppings I haven't used, but I'm really excited to try it and see how well this pizza comes together. Pretty simple. Again, it's just going to be some Parmesan cheese here that I didn't grade, but I went to the store and they graded it, so I got some cheese here. And again, it's just Parmesan Reggiano. It's going to be some purple or red onions and pistachios here, which again, the pistachios have a nice sweet smell to it. I chopped it up, kind of like a rough chop, so not like big pieces, but that's going to be good. Of course, again, the onions I chopped up as well, or sliced up. And then it's gonna have some rosemary as well, which is gonna give some nice earthy flavors to it. And then olive oil. That's all it is. Super simple. So the dough, I have some frozen dough here that I took out last night. It's been defrosted. So let's go ahead and take a look at the oven. I'm using the Unicoda 16. I've had this preheating now for about 30 minutes. Again, you want to make sure that's topped out at 30 minutes. Temperature really hot, 950 degrees. So it's going to be piping hot, but I think that's going to be perfect for the pizza. So being that the dough is a little sticky, I'm going to go ahead and just use a wooden peel here to make sure that I get that with semolina. But let's go ahead and let's get to it. So before that, let's go ahead. We'll get some more semolina here, so that way we can go ahead and get that stretched. And we're just gonna go ahead, like I said, we're just using a frozen dough ball here that I have. And comment down below if you've checked out the episode of Chef's Table, the pizza edition. Let me know what you think about it. So I'm just gonna get that in there. Get that covered up. And just make sure we get a lot of this semolina off. Right. And Chris Bianco, he uses a wood oven, so unfortunately I didn't have time to get wood set up. Hopefully soon in my Gosney Dome I'll have some wood that I'll start using, start playing around with that. But the dough's feeling nice and soft. It's gonna be perfect, smells good already. And from there, we're basically just gonna kind of get everything scraped off there. And it's a light pizza, so that's the other issue with this, is that toppings aren't super heavy on it. So it's gonna be light. And so let me just kind of get that stretched a little bit more. So you don't want to go too light in the middle, because again, it's not a heavy pizza. So what we want to do, let me grab the oil as well. And again, we're just going to use some oil, but basically we're going to go ahead and we're going to kind of be generous with the Parmesan. And like I said, we're just kind of getting this all sprinkled on here. Get this piece here. Because again, you want something that's going to weigh it down. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our onions. And again, you could go light, you could go heavy with it. Again, I'm gonna go heavy. That way at least you get some good flavors on there, and the color is already gonna look pretty nice. So we're just gonna kind of get a couple more pieces here. All right, and the pistachios again, finally, just kind of get what you would call a rough chop, and I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle that on there. Like I said, those colors look really nice. You get green from the pistachios, a little bit of purple in there with the onions. So yeah, it looks really nice. And this again is just a handful that I cut up. And I'm just kind of going heavy on this as well. I think that's good. And the rosemary, we're not going to do too much. I heard again, rosemary smells good, but you don't want to put too much. So we're just going to kind of just get a couple of pieces here where you would think that you'd be biting into it. So you could smell it. It smells good. Earthy. And we'll just do a couple more pieces here. Like I said, this is just a really nice looking pizza. And let's do one more right here. And we're just gonna do a drizzle of oil. All right, kind of get little pieces there. All right, so now that we have that, I'm gonna just do a little final stretch. And we're gonna go straight into that oven. That color looks nice. And it's gonna go straight in. All right. And then we're gonna get that turned down all the way down to low. Cheese is already melting nicely. And again, there is a little lift there that you could kind of see, but it's not lifting too much. So I feel like we got enough toppings on there. I'm actually kind of just get that little bit. And again, because there's no sauce, like I said, it is going to lift just a little bit, but it's not too bad. So I'm actually gonna go ahead now, get this turned. And again, this is the Unicota 16. It's cooking a little bit quick. But, you know, again, you just want to get that turned. Get that back in that spot. Get the other side finished cooking. And like I said, if your oven is nicely preheated, you're gonna get a nice cook each time. And again, I do have a video on that as well. So if you wanna take a look at that, it's my 5 tips. And just like that, it is done. Let's actually get a little bit, and you can smell those pistachios cooked. May have a little char to them, but that's perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and get this inside and let it cool down. All right, so we're gonna go and let this sit now. We're gonna let it cool for a bit. That way we could go ahead and get in a bite. So let's let that cool. All right, now that it's done, you can see how nice and cooked this got. It smells really, really good. You can smell the onions, the Parmesan. I'm not really getting too much of the pistachios. There is maybe like a little nutty smell to it, but it looks good. Take a look at that bottom. Bottom's looking nice and good, cooked good. So let's go ahead and let's get a cut into this. You hear that crunch. That dough feels nice and good. So I'm gonna get this big piece right here. And if biting into a pizza is not your thing, hearing crunches, at this point I would say go away. Come back here in a bit, but let's go and take a bite into this, looking nice. Yeah, this is really good pizza. You get a little bit of sweetness from the pistachios. You get that nice crunch from the onion. The rosemary, I'm not getting too much of that in the bite. but there's a slight earthy, I guess, flavor that you could say to it. Parmesan really coming in. You could really taste that. So it's a balance of like sweet saltiness. Overall, I think it's a really good pizza. Try it again if you haven't seen the Netflix series Chef's Table Pizza Edition. Definitely take a look at that. Other than that, if you like my videos, like and subscribe. Comment down below what your favorite part is. And if you also have seen the Crispy Uncles episode, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Check out my Instagram at the Pizza Guy John. Let's connect there, and I'll talk soon.